Msnaturallymary here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, if anything in this video is helpful or you can relate to, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe, join the family. We have a lot of awesome things going on this particular channel. So let's get into today's topic. Alright y'all, so I'm in the midst of allowing my hair to dry, and I thought I need to make another video for my singles because I have a really special place in my heart for you all. As I've shared in previous videos, I was single prior to getting married for about 5 years, and during that season it was rather challenging. So I can absolutely relate to all of you all who are maybe frustrated, who are in a period or a season of disappointment. You know, you're really not understanding what's going on. You may even feel like God has left you. I know what you're feeling like. I can totally relate. So I'm just going to shed light on some truths, and my hope in this video is that I help to dispel some of the lies of the enemy. His job is to kill, steal, and destroy, and guys, he is so good at it. And if we allow him to constantly get in our psyche and we believe the things that he says and we don't know the truth of God, we will go along this journey and we will not maximize on this great opportunity that God has before you in your single stage to really be able to cultivate and build upon what it is that he's teaching you in this season. So the first thing I want to shed light on is that you are enough. There's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. When I was single, I remember getting in the space where I was just like questioning myself a great deal. I felt a bit insecure. I was constantly wondering, am I inadequate? Why aren't guys coming up to me? Why am I by myself? You know, there has to be something wrong with me. I'm not around a great deal of people. You know, God, why are you isolating me? I often felt as though there's everybody else who is, you know, getting into relationships, who are getting married. You know, I'm getting up in age and I don't understand what's going on. If you are currently in the stage that I was in, God was sharing with me in that season, nearing the end of it. And it's a space of just like complete and utter trust that God builds in that season, because in some phases of the season you won't even hear God. It will be as though God is just absent. He's not listening. But I've heard this saying, and it really blessed me in my time of singleness, that the teacher is always quiet during the test. If you recall being in any grade level, college, elementary, middle school, high school, whenever you took a test, the teacher wasn't teaching. She wasn't lecturing at this point. She was merely monitoring the class to make sure that you were actually selecting the right answers, that you weren't cheating, you weren't doing anything you weren't supposed to be doing. She was just monitoring and observing. There was no facilitation going on during this time. There was no guidance during this time. So if you are in a stage where God is silent, know that he's observing your behavior. He's trying to see, can I trust this person with a mate? You know, are they learning the lessons that I'm actually teaching? God is observing your character in this season. I remember a message that Gerard and I heard during a church service that we attended, and they stressed that your waiting season, how long it takes and maybe how short it takes, sometimes it's up to you. Because maybe in this season, God is noticing, you know what, I can't really trust them to have a partner yet. They're not in a place where they have my validation, and that's solely enough. Or they're not in a space where they truly know who they are yet. They're not in a space where they are delivered from their past relationship. God is watching your character, and he is monitoring how well you are learning the lessons that he is teaching. And if you are actually listening to his voice or the voice of those around you. So know that there's nothing wrong with you. And if you're not hearing the voice of God right now, it may not be that he has disappeared or that God is not present. God is always there. It could be that he's observing you. He wants to see what you're doing. So there's nothing wrong with you. And you may see your friends who are getting married and you're sitting back like, what in the world? I want to be married. She not even that cute. Y'all know y'all thought that. She not even that cute. Her heart ain't even together. God, why did you bless her with a fine young gentleman and I got thugs coming up to me? I have grandpas. How many of y'all have had some grandpas come up to y'all? I remember when I was single, I had this guy at the gas station, and he had a little bit of game. But I'm like, for real though? Like, you are old enough to be my dad's dad. What are you doing? You are old enough to be my grandpa's grandpa. Like, why are you around me? Get away from me. But those are the type of guys that would come around. If your friend, your best friend just got engaged, don't be upset with her. Don't be mad. Don't go home after you learn this information and go off. Be happy, truly happy for other people. God is watching that type of response as well. That speaks a lot to what your heart posture looks like. When you have those friends who are in relationships, who are happy, you see them getting the ring, guys, celebrate them. God watches that type stuff. He wants to know that if he blesses somebody else, you're not going to get jealous. You won't covet what it is that they have. There's scripture that says, rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who are weeping. God wants to see your spirit, your cheerfulness when he blesses somebody else. Then he knows that when he blesses you, you are in the right frame of mind. So celebrate those around you who are being blessed. You know what that tells you? That God is in the neighborhood. He's coming down your street. Have y'all ever heard that before? I know I've heard that, and it got me excited when I heard that. You know, my friends around me might be getting blessed. They might be getting the job. They might be getting this fine man. But you know what? God is coming down my street. He's around the corner. He's coming to me. It gave me hope. So allow that to give you hope rather than cause you to be jealous and frustrated about that. The next truth is that this season is not the devil. This is not a curse. This season is actually a blessing. This is a time where you get to discover who you are. This is a time where you can begin to listen and hear the voice of God so much more clear. And you're able to actually just be in a space of isolation and allow for everything that God has, God is whispering, because sometimes God doesn't speak loudly. Sometimes it comes in a whisper. And if you have all these voices around you, maybe a boyfriend, or if you get married, you have kids running around the house and you can't hear as clearly. Sometimes he speaks in a whisper. Sometimes it's those small, quiet nudges that God will give you that you won't be able to hear, you won't pay attention to, because you have all of this stuff around you. So I hope that you understand that this is not a horrible season. It is a blessing from God. Enjoy and soak up all the wisdom and knowledge that you possibly can. I'd admonish you guys to actually get with married couples and other singles who are excited about their journey. Connect with those people. It's been said, and studies show that if you are somebody who wants to be a successful person, you want to be a billionaire, you wouldn't surround yourself by those who are poor. Not that there's anything wrong with being around those who don't have as much, but you want to be around someone who's actually on the journey that you want to be on, who's actually achieved what it is that you desire to accomplish. So if you're in a space of your singleness where you're frustrated, where you're challenged, then I would advise you to get around other singles. I'm not sure if your church has this, but the churches that I've been associated with, they have what are called life groups or connect groups. And in those groups, you're actually able to bond with others who are on a similar path. And I think that in my journey, being around other females was such a great thing for me. It really helped to give me hope and allowed me to feel as though I could continue on. So try to get into connect groups or find other singles, married people to glean wisdom from. Do that. That would be so helpful. I don't go out and do a whole lot of stuff. And I don't feel like this notion of being visible, that I have to go this place, that place, I have to party, I have to go to bars for happy hour, I have to go to networking events, and I have to do all these things to make myself visible to a man in order for me to be seen and to actually attain a relationship. I don't feel that that's necessary. So if you're somebody who is around people that are pushing you to just make yourself visible, go to restaurants, be out and about, don't think that God is so weak and so incompetent that he doesn't know where you are, and he also doesn't know where your husband is or the person that's meant for you, that he cannot devise a plan to get y'all together. He's powerful enough to do that. I said that in my relationship, I would tell people often, I don't care if my husband is on the other side of the earth. God will get this person to me, and he will do that for you all as well. So don't feel like you have to go all these places. God is clever enough and smart enough to even work with what we got going on in our current society. He can allow you to meet your husband on the ground, which is how I met mine. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be everybody's story, but God is resourceful enough to get the person that's meant to be with you to you. You don't have to help him out. You don't have to be going all these places, doing all these things. And if that's your thing and you love doing that type of stuff, you're a social person, go for it. But if you're not that person and you're more so reserved like I am, don't feel the need to do all that. It's not necessary, guys. That's a lie of the enemy. Know that your season of singleness is God's protection. I remember years of being in my single phase and not one guy approached me. Not one. If you are in that phase and you feel as though guys aren't coming up to you, leave a comment in the comment section so that other females can know that they're not alone in this, because I felt so alone. Yeah, I have friends, and I don't keep a lot of people around me because that's just not how I'm wired. I like to have my core group of people, and if I rock with you, I rock with you. But if not, you know, it's okay. You know, I just don't really, I'm not wired to have a lot of people around me. But in regards to guys, not one. God is protecting you in this season. So if you're feeling like there aren't any guys, like not one, you might see some guys maybe at your job or at your church, maybe in a distance, and they're attractive, but those aren't the guys that come up to you or no guys come up to you at all. I know where you are. I know exactly how you're feeling. I was in that space. When I tell you, I was doing some traveling. I was going to a huge church. I was just different places that I felt like I was supposed to be, just walking in purpose, and not one guy would come up to me. There was literally years of just silence. God was like, I'm not sending a soul to come near you. And it was so frustrating, y'all. I was just like, God, what are you doing? Well, I don't understand what's happening right now. You know, I had gotten to the place where after, you know, questioning myself, you go through that phase where you're like, okay, maybe there's something wrong with me. And God checked me. He's like, nothing's wrong with you. So then I got to a place where I'm like, okay, if there's nothing wrong with me, then what's wrong with all these guys that they're not approaching me, that they're not seeing me? And I feel like God was saying to me, Mary, I have put a shield over their eyes. I put a veil over their eyes so that they cannot see you. I don't want the wrong guy coming up to you and then you waste your years with this person with a counterfeit because he looked like what was on your list. He even talked like what was on your list. And his resume, child, was all the way together. I wasn't going to bring anybody like that to you because you would spend so many years, you spend so much time devoted to this person, focused on this person. Your focus would now shift from me to this person that is not even meant for you, that doesn't mean you any good. So guess what? I'm not going to allow them to see you. And there are moments where I'm not even going to allow you to see them. So you won't even question yourself and feel as though there's something wrong with you, because there isn't. So if you feel like God is just causing every cute guy not to come nigh your dwelling, y'all, he's doing it to protect you. He doesn't want you to get hurt. He doesn't want you to experience what some others have to experience and have to learn the hard way. So understand that that is an awesome thing. God fathers us well, and he's so intentional about what it is that he does. We just have to be intentional and actually listen and trust the process, because it is such an amazing process. It's such a beautiful unfolding story that God is challenging us to be able to grow through. And when you come out of it, you'll be so much stronger. You'll be in a place where you can actually provide wisdom to someone else. This season is not a season that's just for you. It is going to be something that God will be able to use to catapult you to the next level, to be able to have a voice that you can use and share with others in the midst of their frustration. Pay it forward. So learn everything in this season that's necessary for you to learn, so that when it's time, when God blesses you with this awesome man who is good looking, who loves God, who has a great job, if that's the case, maybe he don't even have a job, y'all. There's a chance that the person God blesses you with, he might not have everything that you want, but he is going to bless you in ways that are unmatched by any other. So know that this season is a blessing. Understand that you are not alone. God has not forgotten you, and He is protecting you from something that you don't even know is up ahead. Pay it forward when God blesses you with the one. I hope this video is a blessing. I tried to keep it short and sweet this time. I know some of you guys have been saying little things about the length of my videos. Those who enjoy them, I love you. And even if you don't enjoy the lengthier videos, I still love y'all too. Y'all awesome. If you have not checked out my previous video entitled Before the One Comes, I'm going to link that one for you guys, as well as my virginity story and the aftermath of losing my virginity, in case those who are new to my channel have not seen that yet. I don't even know why I preference it that way. The aftermath is kind of a little interesting, but whatever. You get the point. Be sure to like this video, share with a friend. I hope that this insight was helpful. Leave a comment letting me know what you guys want me to talk about next. And if this hair video is not up, look out for it. It will be up soon. I hope that you guys are loving this look as much as I am. I'm going to be sharing all the details in an upcoming video. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
So you must protect your heart.